So the last class I'm speaking about transaction management. Let me repeat for 5-10 minutes once on that transaction management once. Hmm? So define transaction. If anybody asked a transaction, the set of statements executed on a single resource or resources means multiple resources using some ACID properties, we are calling it as a transaction. So ACID property, one line I given a statement there. So what is transaction management means the process of controlling the transaction from starting to ending. We are calling it as a transaction management. So whenever we want to perform transaction management process, here transaction management means taking control over the transaction from starting to ending. That's a meaning. There are some methods involved in transaction management. Set auto commit, get auto commit, set save point, remove save point, commit, rollback, and so on. So remember that methods and I had it for interview. So whenever we want to perform transaction management, the first step is nothing but we have to stop that auto commit operation. Java programs will perform auto commit operation automatically, means commit operation automatically. So whenever we want to stop that auto commit operation, we have to take the support of set auto commit of false. Whenever you write set auto commit of true, again you are making auto commit. Whenever you write false, you are stopping that commit operation. Why we have to stop the commit operation means every transaction internally has many or some substatements are available. As a code writer, we have to check all that substatements executed successfully or not. Then only you must perform your commit operation. That is yesterday's theoretical information delivered to you. So there is, whenever all the substatements executed successfully, we are performing commit. Whenever any one statement is failed, we must go with rollback. Rollback means coming back. So whenever we want to perform rollback, we need one save point. So that save point can be taken by using set save point. If you don't want it, you can remove that save point by using remove save point. So yesterday I took one demo program where we are trying to transfer some 3000 amount from one account to another account, that is 612345623133131. So in this process there are two sub transactions available internally. One, subtracting 3000 from home account 612345 and adding that 3000 to one more account, that is beneficiary account number, that is 313131. In that process, as a code writer, we have to cross check whether these two transactions successfully performed or not. But you have to do it out. Then we have to do the commit operation. I said to you, hope you understood yesterday's code writing, I think. So I added the notes just now, half an hour back. Cross check once. And today's concept is one more small concept for interview, connection pooling we are having, right? Can I go forward? Right. Okay. So what is the meaning of pooling? Means general. Pool means group. Organizing group of similar components. We call it as pooling actually. Connection pooling means organizing multiple database connections indirectly, right? Make a statement like this. the process of organizing multiple pre-initialized the process of organizing multiple pre-initialized database connections. The process of organizing multiple pre-initialized database connections among multiple users is known as connection pooling process. Connection pooling process. The process of organizing multiple pre-initialized database connections. Underline pre-initialized database connections among multiple users is known as connection pooling. Here pooling means organizing multiple similar components. That's called pooling actually. Connection means database connections, organizing multiple database connections. You had string pooling also. Generally in your core Java, string constant pool. One word is there. If not string pooling, some others will use a term as string pooling. String pooling means organizing string objects together. Actually, constant pool, the meaning is one object created in the constant pool, same similar object it will not be created. That we call as string constant pool. That's a term used. So your pool meaning is group, right? Okay. So why we have to do connection pooling? What is the reason? Generally, according to MVC, model view controller architecture, we have to organize a single database connection only generally. But why we have to go with multiple pre-initialized database connections like this? The reason behind that is suppose our database is there here. So some database, there are some multiple users. You take Amazon Web Service, if not, Flipkart's, Amazon's, online shopping carts, they are all indirectly. So multiple users will be there in the online for them. Suppose they announced one offer in Flipkart, all products 80% for 3 days, example. Now the management will expect more number of users, more number of load on the database actually. So general users are 1 lakh. Suppose offer is there, it increases to 50 times to 100 times it increases, example. Then the load will be very high on the database. So when the load is very high on the database now, example, I given only 3 days time, the company given. So in the 3 days time, the load is very high. Nobody will get the access, right? So they will get a negative for that product and so on, whatever it may be. So to overcome that, language oriented constructions are there. The only connection pool. They will ask us, this is the situation we had today, where we are expecting some 50 times of users we are going to be increased. Hope we are expecting. Is there any other construction we had? Means we shown connection pooling concept through Spring actually. In the real time we showed with the Spring. For that Spring basis this connection pool actually. So what we will do now? We'll say that if you are expecting more users, in the online, imagine it, you are expecting more users. Some user 1, user 2, like this, more number of users you are expecting. So before users are coming, why don't you create some multiple connections here? Here first only we create database connections and keep them ready. We keep them ready. So they are all connection points to database. They are all connection points to database, like this. First only we keep the connections. So based on the discussions with the management and language expert, because language also support it, no, right? So language experts and management, they'll decide it, how many connections we have to take it. Some 10,000 connections, if not 1 lakh connections, if multiplied more. So imagine it here, 50,000 Right. So are you clear with my voice and online students? Okay, right. Look here. User picks the database connection from the pool. User uses the connection, uses the connection to perform operations on database. After usage, after usage, returns the connection, returns the connection back to the pool. After usage, returns the connection back to the pool, returns the connection back to the pool. Now, to construct this connection pooling, we take the support of one component from Java collection framework. Make it note, NOT note. How many of you completed Java collection framework? Raise your hands. Right, okay. Who not completed also, don't worry, Andy, because they also cannot remember. Right, look here. Collection is one interface. Java.util.collection or interface actually. So working with an interface is one chapter, not only collection framework. I'll speak for 5 minutes, adapt the knowledge for 5 minutes. So java.util.collection, one interface. Working with that interface is collection framework. Then why they are calling it as framework? Framework meaning is structure already constructed and available for construction is known as a framework. Means you are not constructing collection, it is already available, we are going to use it. Whenever we are going to use the ready constructed structure, we call it as framework. That's the meaning actually. So totally collection framework means collection ready constructed and available for your application development is known as collection framework. The collection framework means the collection interface available from library, they call it as Java collection framework. This collection extended to 3 sub interfaces. One is set, one is list, one is queue. 3 sub interfaces will be there. Queue organizes elements based on one algorithm, first in, first out. Nobody can touch that queue. You cannot modify that queue also. From many years running on one algorithm, first in, first out. That is called queue. Set and list difference is Set index value not available. List has index value. Set cannot hold duplicate elements. List can hold duplicate elements. That's a major difference between set and list. As a code writers, we want index value because we can organize the data more efficiently. Understood this point now? So because of this reason, in real time, we go with the list. And the list has three implementations. One is array list, one is linked list, and one is vector. So array list is a sequence. The elements are in the sequence. Sequence means element to element, space will not be there. That's called sequence. The drawback of sequence is when you insert the elements will be moved backward. When you delete the elements will be moving forward. Sometimes if you perform more number of insertions and deletions, the elements will be moving forward and backward and waste the execution time. Because of this reason, as a code writer, in your applications, if you have more number of insertions and deletions, array list is not preferable. Then they given a standby component known as linked list, where the elements are available in non-sequence. Advantage, when you insert the element or delete the element, existing elements are not affected. Because of this reason, linked list is more popular when compared to array list. That's a theory. And moreover, this array list and linked list are non-synchronized classes, non-thread safe classes, because the methods available in that classes are non-synchronized methods. Non-synchronized methods means declared without a synchronized keyword. If synchronized keyword is not there, locks are not available, not safe to use in your multi-user construction. That's the point. So what is our overall now? Set not eligible to come here because index not there. Q you are also not eligible to come here because first in first out you are running, right? List you had eligible to come here. For your list, three are there. One is array list, you don't come because you are non-synchronized. Linked list, you don't come, you are non-synchronized. I want one synchronized and thread safe class. That only vector. Vector is popular in connection pooling. That's the concept. The vector has one child known as a stack. Stack is the child of vector. See it. So finally, I'm bringing which component now? Vector. Make it. Your core Java written that notes? No, right? We take the support of vector. So 5 minutes I said the collection framework. That only practically will do. That three parts working is nothing but collection framework. We take the support of vector. We take the support of vector to construct connection pooling process. Connection pooling process. We take the support of vector, underline vector, speak in the interview also. Connection pooling, which component is used in connection pooling? So vector component is used in connection pooling in JDBC, in Spring also. Connection pooling means vector will be there. We take the support of vector to construct connection pooling process. Make it. This vector organizes elements in sequence. Organizes elements in sequence. It is not non-sequence. Vector will organize in sequence only. Here sequence different, ordered different. Ordered means ascending order or descending order. Sequence means element side by side, no space. That's called sequence. Vector is synchronized class. Synchronized class. Vector is synchronized class and thread safe class. Synchronized class and thread safe class. Thread safe means multi-user application safe component. That's the meaning of thread safe. Right. Now, I want to know the hierarchy of vector. Sir, how it is available in the library? I want to know, sir. You have to speak about vector in JDBC interview. You have to speak in Spring also. In both locations, vector is there. Moreover, your core Java trainer will give all that collection framework components. Right. Look here. We had one iterable. I'm drawing the hierarchy. For 2 minutes, wait it. ITRABLE, iterable. This iterable is one interface. Iterable is one interface. This interface will come from java.lang package. This iterable is the parent of collection, actually. Parent of collection. You must not say collections. Collections means class. Collection means interface. Both are different. So collections means class. Collection means interface. So collection, one interface. This interface is from java.util package. It is coming from util. So interface to interface, we had extends. Interface to interface, we had extends. Now, this collection extended to list. This collection extended to one interface list. To one interface list. This is one interface. This list also coming from your util. Java.util. Now this list will have one implementation, that only vector. That only vector. Vector. Vector is a class. And interface to class we had implements. Now the vector will have one child, that is stack. Stack is a child class of vector. This vector, this stack comes from util. Java.util. Java.util. Class to class we had extends. So finally, our component is here. This is our component. So when you are using a component, you must know where it is available. Right. See, I'll open in the library and show to you. I'll open the stack. You can find vector. I'll open vector. You can find list and so on. Clonable. We had one interface. Clonable. Serializable. Clonable interface. This is from Lang. Java.lang. This is from IO. Java.io. Now, this too also implemented to vector. Implements and implements. Right. Right. Look here. Let me show that. Let me open the stack once. See there, I am opening stack now. Java P, Java dot util dot stack. This is stack. See, stack. Who is the parent of stack now? Vector. So vector is the parent of stack. So open vector. See that? Open vector. When you open vector, implements keyword will be there. You can see implements. Implements from list. Can you see here? List. Implements from clonable. Implements from serializable. These two we try to highlight it. Why means serializable will support to convert that vector object into binary. It supports to convert that vector object into binary stream or byte stream. Whenever you convert into binary stream or byte stream, we can move on the move on the network. So vector can be moved on the network. The data can be moved. That's called serialization. Cloning. Whenever I want to protect it, whenever I want to have a protection, security or protection, you can take the backup of vector object, not only cloning. Cloning process means taking backup of object. So vector object can be serializable. Vector object can be clonable. That idea should come, right? If a core Java trainer will say that point, and I also must say that point, finally you are going to apply in the Spring, right? In the Spring trainer will ask that question to you, right? You know the vector component behavior. So vector object is already synchronized. Already synchronized. Why synchronized? See there. The methods are synchronized. Can you see synchronized keyword? Synchronized, synchronized. When the methods are synchronized, what happen? Locks are there. On that methods, locks will be there. Only one user can use that methods. So the class is synchronized class. Class is synchronized. The objects can be cloned. The objects can be serializable. That's the point. So I shown the list here, no? Right. So open that list. So list will come from, the list is linked to collection. The list connected to whom now? Collection. So open the collection. Open the collection. Open the collection. Collection is linked to iterable. The iterable is for lang. Iterable. So open that iterable. Iterable will provide some three methods to you. Java dot lang dot iterable iterable. So this is, if you want to work with component, core Java, you are all Java developers, no? Core Java means if you are using one component from core, you must know what it is exactly. Only few people knows that. 80% of the people will neglect knowing that generally. But you must know when you are using one component, you must know. Why I drawn the hierarchy for connection? When I started my Servlet API, I drawn the hierarchy for connection or not? No, I am using connection means you must know where it came from. There is a rule, and there's a rule of learning process. If you don't learn it, somewhere the effect will come. You cannot escape from this market without knowledge. Not possible, and effect will come. So whenever I draw API, I'm starting API, I said. So starting point connection, I said. I said connection is an interface. Whenever I said connection is interface, students should know from where it is coming from. So I said it is coming from wrapper, it is coming from auto closable. I said. Still connection interface not ended because I not concluded about two parents. That's a way of learning. We are all learning from the Java library. Nothing is a new thing here. Venkatesh sir also not giving his own notes only, all from library only. I cannot give my own story in the class now. So all are from your Java library. You paid a fee to learn Java library. Nothing is there. From the Java library, component should come out. From the Java library, today I am bringing one component, that is vector. So point. This is hierarchy. So part of JDBC chapter, everybody should by heart this hierarchy because this act as a base for Spring JDBC. It acts as base for Spring JDBC. Finally, this vector has many methods. This vector has many methods. These are the methods. So I'm not working with methods because core Java trainer has to work few methods, two or three methods. He has to work it. This is method. So I'm using vector component directly. Right. Look here. Example program. Right. So listen carefully. I'll create one vector. I'll add the connections to that vector. You have to watch me what I'm doing. Right? I'll create object for vector. Vector, I'm going to add some components to that vector. You have to watch me what I'm doing. JDBC application. So it is 12 and this is connection pool. This is connection pool. Add the jar file, right click, build path, configure build path, add external jar, add it. Now, under this, I am taking one class, always dbcon12. Oh, yeah. Must create one package. I am creating one package, always test. Under this test, I am creating one main class now, that is dbcon12. Right. I am taking one subclass to write the logic, pooling logic. I'll write one subclass here. Right click on test, new. I'll take a class. I'll take a name as connection pool. I'll take one subclass as a connection pool. I'll take it. So I'm writing the program here. You have to watch it. Here, import java.sql. I want one vector component. No, so I'm taking import java.util. I'm taking. So I am taking some variables here. So public URL, string URL, nothing but DB URL, username and password. So these are the variables. I am taking public vector holding connection. I will take it. V is equal to new vector of connection. Sir, what is the meaning of that? Means, see there, one vector object created. The vector object is going to hold connection objects. That's the meaning of it. When a vector object created to hold your connection objects. So here like this. Here, one reference created here, 0x11. So at this reference is going to hold connection objects. This reference will hold unlimited connection objects. It's going to hold because all your Java collection frameworks are unlimited only. So it's going to hold unlimited connection objects anyway. What is the size present means size 0. Present size is 0 because nothing is available in the object. No element is added to the object, that is size 0. Okay, right. Now that connection object is ready, right? Okay. Now I must create connection and add to it. Create connection and add to it. I will add 5 connections. I'll create 5 connections. See there. I will create 5 connections. Now, for this, I'll take one method, void create connections. I'm using one method known as create connections. I'm using one method known as create connections. So in this method, I'm trying to create the connections. How means because database logic will come. So how many connections means I am running one while loop. I want to create 5 connections. I am running the loop for 5 times. So v dot size less than 5. So v dot size less than 5. Present this v dot size is 0 actually. From that 0 less than 5 true means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 connections. Here like C language or your core Java, don't write v++. Right here when we add it only the count increases. Right? Okay. Now present v dot size is 0. 0 less than 5. True it is. Whenever it is true, I'll keep one message. The message is connection pool. Connection pool is not full. So not full. So it is not full means 0 no, right? It's not full. So create connection now like this. Connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection. Pass this as parameters URL, username and password. Create connection. So here message will come, connection pool is not full. Create one connection. After creating the connection, add that connection v dot add of con. This one adding the connection, to vector. Nothing but a vector object means pool. Adding the connection to pool. This one vector object, nothing but adding the connection. So sir, display and show it, sir. What connection you have been added means just down for demo purpose. We write system dot out dot print ln. We write con. We are displaying that con. So what is the connection created here? We are displaying it out. Con we are displaying. So like this, see, whenever you added the connection here, the size becomes 1. Yes or no now? Whenever you added 1 now, size becomes 1 now. So 1 less than 5, add it. Whenever you added, size becomes 2 now. Whenever you added, size becomes 3 now. Whenever you added, size becomes 4 now. Whenever you added, 5 will be there. Right? 5 less than 5 is false. No, the loop stops after 5 connections. So after 5 connections has been completed, I must display a message. connection pool is full. It has been filled. For that, after the loop now, I am keeping one extra condition. That is simply I am keeping. Here I'll write it as v dot size. V dot size. If it is equal to 5, then I'll put a message. System dot out dot println connection pool. Connection pool is full. It has been filled. Right. Now, if I call this method for execution, this method will create 5 connections. Can I run this method? Right. Let me cross check the 5 connections are coming or not. Let me cross check. See there. 2 minutes. Don't write it. I'll give it time. Wait it. I'll changes are there. Okay. Right. See there. Let me run this method now once. Whenever I want to run this method now, I must create object for connection pool in the main class. See there. I'll go for main class. Import java.util. Don't write it is the biggest program. Wait. See there. You have to create object for connection pool now. Ah, Connection pool CP is equal to new connection pool. Like this. Actually, I forget one constructor here. One minute, you don't write it at the last. Right? This is string URL, string username, string password. This dot URL. This dot username. This dot password. Just through constructor, I am initializing the instance variable. Here, I must take JDBC. Where is this? JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon at the rate of local host colon 1521 colon x. JDBC colon Oracle colon thin colon local host and so on. Here username. So always system and here manager. So I'm giving this to your variables. These variables are used in this connection. It's a point actually. Now I created object. No, I'll call it. See there CP dot create connections. I called it. See, I'm running the program. Right. If I run the program, so not full connection created, not full connection created, not full connection created, not full connection created, not full connection created. After 5 connections, it is full. 5 database connection. No, the look is like this now. Internally, the look is all that connections are added here. Now that vector is added with connections, not only concept. And all these connections are linked to database. So how many connections now? This only. So connection pooling concept we are designing with vector. Vector we use in the Spring JDBC also. Now that vector is holding 5 connections. So meaning, sir, 5 connections are ready now. 5 connections are ready because we added. Now one user should come, right? So if any user comes, he want to use the connection. For that, for that, take one public connection. Use connection is going to use the connection. I am writing one method known as use connection. I am writing. So the connection must be taken from your vector. So connection con is equal to v dot first element. The first element means first connection is taken. So first FIRST, first connection is taken. When the first connection is taken, the connection must not be there. It has to be deleted actually. V dot remove from index 0. Right. 2 minutes. I'll explain that concept to you. So remove that 0. Right. Remove. Now connection one connection one connection at index 0 is deleted. Sir, why it is deleted? Because user taken the connection, no? Right. Here, return connection. So, return meaning is this method is returning the connection. See there, what this method will do? 2 minutes, wait it, understand the concept. Now, developer will come, see, user will come. He says, use connection. I want to use connection. See there, I am displaying the size now. 2 minutes. System.out.println. I am displaying the pool size. I am displaying. Pool size is cp.v.size. So why I written like this? Can anybody can say? Because vector belongs to CP connection pool, right? That connection pool object will hold reference of vector. From that vector, we are accessing the size. Total core Java imagination only. Okay. Now the size is 5. Anyway, I'm not calling use connection. The size is 5. Pool size will be 5. Pool size is 5. Okay, right. Now see there. Now one user will come and says that I want to use one connection. Connection con is equal to cp dot use connection. Public and not written. Public use connection. Connection con. See there, all of you. Now user uses the connection. SQL import Java dot. Okay. Now see there. Now user will take one connection. Whenever this method is executed, what this method will do now? It takes the connection from the first element here. Observe it. The first element means the index values will be there because it is a list family. No, index values are there. So index values are there. Vector has index value. Index value. Now here in the method, v dot to first element. The first element is taken. The first element is taken. When the first element is taken now, the first element means the first connection taken. The connection must not be available to the second user. Deadlock will come. It has to be removed. For that only we are removing. So v dot remove of 0. So this is removed. So that is taken out and the element history is removed. So what is the size here now? Only 4 will be there. What is the size here now? Only 4. And the index values will be changed. Because sequence no, what is the index value of this now? 0. This will become 1. This will become 2. Because sequence means they'll change the index values. 3. The index value changes. That will come to 0 stage. Right? Okay. See there. Sir, I am using the connection. No, sir. Connection will come out. Which connection you are using now? See there. System dot out dot println user using the connection con. Anyway, here after that displaying the size. Yes. If you look here now, if I run it, first 5 connections created, pool size is 5. User using the first connection. Can you see first connection CB? All of you observe this or not now? He is using the first connection now. He taken the first connection, not now. What is the pool size now? 4. Deleted. Sir, why it is deleted means if it is available there, second user will come and pick it. Security must be there. It should deadlock. If 2 people are trying to pick the same one, deadlock. That only know your multi-thread concept. If 2 people should not pick the same one, so we delete that. Right now, user is using. They'll do some operations. He has to return back again because you are using one connection. No, return back. When you return back, the pool size should become 5 again. This connection should be added there again. Let us see. Now, whenever I added, it is added first or last. I'm going to check it out. Okay, right. See that. Now, user, after using the connection, he has to return the connection now. End of method. Right. Now, here I am using one more method, that is void return RET1 return connection. You are trying to return the connection. When you are returning the connection, you take that connection as a parameter. Right? Okay. When you again you add it now, we not add element. Add element, that is connection. Adding the connection back to pool. Back to the pool. We brought the connection adding back to the pool. Whenever it is added, we are putting one message. System dot out dot println connection returned back to the pool. Returned back to the pool. Again, the connection is returned back to the pool. When the connection is returned back to the pool now, sir, here the pool size, I want to check it. Here, CP dot return connection con, returning back. Again, after returning back, display the size. See there, I'm returning the connection, printing the size. The size should be 5. Can you see 5? Right. Sir, I return the connection. No, whether it is added in the first or last, I want to see, sir. I want to see whenever because they'll ask a question also in interview. When you return back where it is added, it is adding in the last or first. You want to know. For that, I'll display the connections. For demo purpose, I'll display the connections. Display the connections. System dot out dot println display the connections. Display the connections from pool. I'll use pcp dot v dot for each. Dot k. I'm displaying from the connection. Right. Display the connection from pool. I'm displaying from the pool. See there, let me check it out where it has been added. 2 minutes. See there, this is the connection of 18F, right? He taken 18F or not now? It is added in the last. Can you see here? Adding in the last or not? No, it is in the last. I used a lambda expression at Java 8. Right. So this is the pooling. Concept of pooling. Concept of pooling means what now? I am creating whenever I call a method. Where is that? This one. Create connections. Whenever I say create connections, this method is creating 5 connections. Correct. Pool size is 5. Why I'm using size belongs to V belongs to CP because connection pool is holding vector. So I'm accessing with a vector. Pool size 5 here. Use connection here. Whenever I say use connection, the first connection from the 0th index will be taken and the connection deleted from that vector. So whatever you taken, I'm displaying here. The pool size will become 4 again. After in between, I must write some operations anyway. Only concept no. I am returning the connection. Whenever I return the connection pool size will become 4. Sorry, 5, and it is added to the last. Whether it is added to the last, I want to know, sir, means I displayed the connections. Okay. So vector belongs to connection pool. Dot in Java indicates what? Belongs to no, right? Size method, where is this? Size method belongs to vector. Vector belongs to connection pool. That's a concept. So for each method is a introduced by Java 8 anyway, running lambda. Anyway, your core Java trainer will give you notes on lambda now. Right. You know or not, I don't know. Java 8 also support removed from 2019. Now the product is 11 and 17 for the market. 8 features also will be vanished within 2 years. Lambda expression is a old one, 2014. Everybody should know. You are all 2022 version engineers. You must know. That feature is 2014 feature. Support removed by 2019. Now the current product is 11 and 17 for web applications. Right. Hope you understood the concept design there anyway. So here, how many methods I use now? One for creating connections, one for using the connection, one for returning. Actually, here also synchronized will be there. Here synchronized. If I write synchronized keyword, what happened here? Synchronized keyword. Now use connections. Example, two users came to pick that use connection. I added synchronized keyword. No, lock will be there. Only one user can pick that connection. Who came first, he only pick that connection, use connection method. Second user has to wait for a few milliseconds. That's called use connections. In returning back also you can make synchronized. If you add synchronized keyword in Java, enough, the lock is available. Automatically the lock is available to you. The method is available to one user at a time. So this is the concept of pooling anyway. So I designed this concept by using vector. Finally, why they given connection pool for JDBC trainer? The reason behind it, in core Java, component introduction is there. That is vector. In core Java, component introduction is available. That is vector. In JDBC, using that component, you are going to design one concept known as a connection pool. So educate a student in JDBC. Connection pooling means organizing pre-initialized multiple database connections. How you are organizing now? When the user comes, he can pick one connection which already available. If the connection is not there, you must not create the connection. You have to wait it until the connection comes there. So somebody is using the connection, he is going to leave the connection there, then you can pick it. That is a concept. The user will come and pick that pre-initialized connection, use the connection. After usage has been completed, return back the connection. So we are using that vector component. So they given this JDBC for me, sorry, connection pooling for me for JDBC. Explain the concept and use the component. That only meaning. After that, third level, that is Spring JDBC. Finally, they apply this in the project. That only level 3. Level 3, they'll apply in the project by using Spring JDBC. It's a concept. So this is a definite entry question. Connection pool, transaction management. These two questions are there. Okay, right. Next concept by tomorrow is batch processing in JDBC. One concept tomorrow. Batch processing in JDBC. Small topic only. Continued by scrollable result set object. For tomorrow, two topics. One is batch processing in JDBC and scrollable result set object. That is the two topics for tomorrow. And Saturday's topic is nothing but row set and metadata. The two topics. And Monday, 15-20 minutes revising what has been completed and giving introduction to Servlet. There's a plan. Right. So thank you very much for today. Take a break. I'll upload the notes.